Hi, Leo. Oh, what a pleasure to connect with you, Leo. I just want to make sure it's straight. I guess that's straight. I heard someone say, I miss you. Well, welcome to the space if you're new here. And welcome back if you're returning. Okay, so you're such a joy, a treasure and a treat, Leo, in this life. I need you to remember that, okay? The power of your positivity, the power of your ability to go to places and do things and try things in certain ways that other people just wouldn't do, it is awesome, especially when you let go. Like there's that feeling of like, it's not about someone not caring about the way someone else feels or how your actions affect others, but like when you're just being your authentic self, it is like the brightest light in the world. And it's really needed because a lot of people are afraid to be who they are, or to try new things, feel judged by other people a lot, so thank you for being brave and open and inspiring. And beyond that, I do hope that this reading strengthens your spirit, okay? And enhances your creativity and your confidence, okay? So, we're going to jump in. You have a different deck than everyone else thus far. And the center of the reading, only one card showed itself thus far. And you have the Three of Cups, which is right in the heart of the matter. So there's some really dear friends to you, close to your heart, right? Who are your, I feel like one of these is you, because you got to love yourself, right? You got to be in your own heart too. Who are your top two friends? Homegirls, homeboys, whoever. Like real tight. Who are the top two right now? Where I heard, oh man, I love you. Just... Who are they? You got some really psychic friends. I mean, you're psychic too. No way, Kat. You're not stealing the cheese. Get out. I'm making jingle off hats, which is like my heritage, traditional recipe. They're really awesome. I'll share that recipe with you actually. It's super easy to do. You don't have to be talented at... I'm actually a bad baker. But you gotta test yourself sometimes, right? Where you're like, I'm okay at that. And then you just try. And the more you do it, the better it becomes, right? You at least figure out what you're good at and not. Sometimes it takes a little trial and error. No way, Cat. Good girl, get the monkey. So, I feel like there's some really powerful people in your life right now. And there's something that was sort of separate. And this goes into the heart space too, which is creation, right? This is your energy. But it's almost like, it's like sort of separate forces that are now coming together and working as one, right? So maybe for some, because this is in the heart space, it's in a creative energy. This could be in the process of happening where, I don't know if this is just parts of you or like parts of what you're working on. Remember that I heard everything's going to come together. It's okay. No one's even worried about it here anyway with that Three of Cups. Now, I'm glad your heart is so happy. The world needs that. That doesn't mean, I need to emphasize, I'm saying this message, That doesn't mean that you're not allowed to be not happy. Whenever you are, right? Because no one can be happy all the time. I mean, you can find the positivity in it, but, realistic there too. But again, let's move forward. 10 of Wands. Okay. You got a lot happening. Okay. There is some major ambition here. You know what's awesome about this particular 10 of Wands in this deck is he's not all hunched over, like looking all strung out, about to give up. He's like, no, I got this. And they're actually pretty organized. Like a person has finally found their balance. This could have to do with work. This is also in yourself. Someone's gained more. I want you to keep faith about your job also, whatever you're working on. Again, putting energy into. I know there's some concerns there, right? A little bit. If you ever have concerns about or stress or whatever, this is when you go back into those friends that are really close to you, where you can, say your confidence is shaken a little bit. Well, talk to somebody that you really love. Okay? They'll give you the encouragement that you need. Yup. Ace of Cups. Yes. Wow. Maybe a friend can become a lover for some of you. Interesting. What's the line on that? 2 of Wands. Oh, Leo, for some, I know this isn't all, but there could be like an old lover or like a person that if there's a person, if it's an old lover that's unhealthy or a person that is your enemy, because you have them. All fire signs have blatant enemies, okay? And are you supposed to learn forgiveness through that whenever this has happened? Yes. But, if someone's acted a certain way in the past, that's probably how they're going to act now. Don't expect other people to change. Change takes a long time. And changing your perspective about it isn't going to change the other person. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, again, I also see in combination, like on the other side of that, again, there are really powerful people in your life right now that are like, they're like, you can, like, there's like this really good support, especially wherever you've been facing. It's kind of like soul and ego energy. It's like facing things that you were, I don't know, trying things that, I'm seeing the word different. I see the word adult. Let's keep moving. I heard environment matters. Oh, there's the sun. Awesome. And we have the Chariot and the Hermit. Oh my goodness. So it's so interesting. This whole season, everyone sort of had this undercurrent of Empress energy, which is about creation, self-respect, self-esteem. There's great faith in the Empress too. She also very much looks at the long term. Like, and maybe what it could be is for some of you, some could be paying attention to the little details too much, like too microscopic. And you want to take more of this, a bit more of a wider stance, right? It's kind of like, when you're driving, you look ahead of you, right? You look out in front of you. You don't look at your hands. You don't look at right in front of the car. You have to look at the whole, everything that's in your periphery, like in your perspective, right? Like from your periphery to the center. That's what you want to look at, because that's how you'll make sure that you stay on the road. Interesting. Let's see here, Leo. 1, 2. We have 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then 3 majors. Interesting. So 1, 2, 3. I guess this is step by step, right? Let's see where you start. What's the first step to start with? Well, you got to know clearly what the plan is, or that you can succeed. You got to have positivity around it. I suppose for some, this could be cutting off something if you haven't already. Like, you got to have clarity about the process. That's the first step, right? Could even be some, I guess this could be kind of like contractual or something that's technical, right? It's kind of like maybe you write it out, or you make up, again, you make like a, and again, not like, what do I got to do? The 8 things I got to do today. It's like, what's the goal for the season, right? What's the goal from now? And this seems to be collective too, like now until spring or so. Like say March, April. So you do that first. Then from there, this is again like that wider, okay, I'm looking way down to the vanishing point, right? That's as far as you at least can see. Then it would be like, okay, well, I see monthly. What do you have to do, right? The end of the year's coming. The beginning of the new year is coming. These are usually big, awesome kinds of shifts, right? If you want it to be that way. So kind of looking at that also. Maybe it's sort of also, you could have that detailed list of what you also need to do, but you got to figure out what's I heard important to you. If you're looking for something, Leo, a house, a car, a job, a friend, where the music is, where like a lover, whatever, fun, a place to connect, whatever you're looking for. I guess it goes back into the first step. Is part of the plan of what you want, right? And I love you, Leo. And if you do that, it's kind of like, if you have to go out and be social though too, right? A little bit. You got to socialize or interact some way, somehow. Put yourself out there, right? To a certain extent. Like whatever you're looking for, I guess if you're taking that wider perspective, you're going to see it, or you're going to come across somebody, something will cross your path, and because that, what it is that you want, it's either just offered to you or given to you, or you communicate like, hey, I'm looking for this. And they're just like, oh yeah, I got that. You need that? Here you go. Here you go. I could see this could come through females or male energy. Might trust the feminine a little bit more than the male, but let's see here. Then from there, your heart feels contented because you have like, it almost like alleviates the worry off your plate when again you take this wider perspective of what you're wanting in these different areas, whatever you're focusing on or want to focus on, need to focus on. And then you work out all the little details of things like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do, I got to do this before that, I got to blah, 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 I just saw someone with boxes. I saw someone, they had a list too, and they were checking it off, right? Someone writing down addresses. Okay. Because again, I see knowing this bigger, it's almost like macrocosm, microcosm. This in between space, this is going to help you a lot again, so your heart feels happy, especially when you get to Pisces season. That's interesting. It's like, or like 3 months from now. Could even be 3, 4. What is that? I guess December, January, February, March again. Huh. I guess this will test your own ability in believing in yourself. Maybe that's a little bit part of the test, but I don't feel like it's that big a deal. I mean, some of you could be a little bit concerned about like what you owe or having to do with, because there's no pentacles here. So maybe there's a little bit of something that's not quite tangible yet, or something that isn't quite completely solidified, or a, you could have the parts of it, but the whole isn't there yet. Remember, your beliefs, your communication, your energy in action, and your own intuitive knowing, because you are a very psychic sign. And what's interesting about it is I find Leo is psychic, but they don't really know that they're psychic a lot of the times. It's like, you do it for other people a lot, but but you're not doing it again quite on purpose. So it's like, remember, you have psychic friends too, so always take a listen in there. Yes, 8 of Wands. Absolutely. Absolutely. This will help the power. Who are your close female friends? I see one really good male friend. Also, that's soothing to be around. Actually, some of you could totally be in love too. Or your heart is working into that space, although it's already pretty happy. But there's something about that. Maybe it's like love that, I guess this is a part of loving yourself, but I also see this as a, how do I explain that? The Fool. I'm hearing some song. Maybe there's like love songs. Huh. Hold on a second. So the Hermit looks over, let's look at the majors for a second. The Hermit looks over to the Sun card. Look how bright that card is. You see how he has a big sun behind him too? Big bright light. So the Hermit is about taking introspection, right? And the Sun is about positivity and creation. This is your card. This is your energy. It's heart space too. So again, whatever you're looking for, you just have to put yourself out there and believe in it. And I really feel like I heard hot dingy dong, hot ding dong, hot, Jesus, Leo. Uh, the ding ding dong was like a bell though. It was like this, like this bell. It's like bell energy. It's a vibration, right? Or like something that changes the frequency. I guess some of you also, it may be good after you, say you are really stressed out and you get too much in your head with what you have to do, having to do with what you're thinking about, because remember, the mind can affect the emotions so much, right? And you're doing a lot. I think if you take the space to be like, okay, this has to be done by XYZ, and you kind of have, again, that list, then maybe it would be wise for some of you to go on a little vacation, like go visit a friend, or like make sure to socialize, at least, don't forget to unwind. Because I feel like some of you have there's like a really big deal here. It matters a lot to you. It matters a lot to you. There are many things that matter a lot to you, but there's something that you're doing in and of yourself that does connect to other people too, but it matters a lot. There's something really deeply felt about it. And again, I want you to trust yourself. Maybe some music could be inspiring. Also, I'd pay attention to the music you're listening to. Like, is it positive? Is it sad? Like, does it make you, say you need a little oomph. It's like, well, put on some music, like whatever makes it flow. Hold on, that's for my dough. How you doing? Ooh, looking good, looking good. There's one big pile of dough right now. It's like a soft dough, and then I'm gonna split it up probably into 10 pieces, 8 to 10 pieces, depending. Okay. What do we have for time? Oh, we're good. Let's go a little bit longer. Something's telling you or guiding your way. You have a lot of control over this too. I feel like any of you that like stood up for yourself, like that 10 of Wands, again, usually he's all hunched over and kind of like just taking it. You know what I mean? This is more like, no, I can do that. And if any of you faced any fears or like realized like what's healthy or not, this could have to do with how much time you're putting into work. It could have to do with an old lover. It could have to do with like other people in general, where you recognize your own self-value about something and you're like, I'm kind of like, I'm done with that. Like, not that you're holding any negativity about it, and not that you don't care, but like where you just recognize like, okay, like the difference between love and fear. Then I see a reward comes to you from that revelation. I feel like those are words in Cancer's reading. Yeah. I would also say in ways of this ambition, that you have, which is, it could be totally like gung-ho, like really forward energy. Remember not to burn yourself out, okay? No, King of Wands, Queen of Swords, Emperor, Temperance, Lovers, King of Cups. Don't burn yourself out with something, right? Like, because you've already learned the lesson about that, right? Where you push too hard or you go too hard. It's like, it's sort of like, think about creative energy, right? You could be the most creative person ever, but no one can necessarily, you know, we all need to have the energy replenish itself to be able to create, right? Sometimes fire can push though, which is really cool. Like you can be like, no, I want to do that. Like I want to shift it. I want to do that, you know, and have faith in yourself. Have, take something maybe that's emotional and turn it into something more solid. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, right? But again, believing in yourself. But, you know, I guess don't get down on yourself if you lose steam about something for a little bit. It's just balancing it out, right? If you can't, what do they say? When the fisherman can't fish, then he mends his nets, right? So maybe that goes back into that list too of what you, I see what you want to do, what you need to do, and maybe with this cat energy also, it's like, see what's distracting you, okay? Or trying to get your attention. And then you figure out whether that's necessary or not, right? For instance, she's a good cat, but she only wants to come in because she knows there's cheese on the counter. Right? Tower in reverse. So I'm avoiding having a situation happen that's negative that I already know would happen because it's already happened before. Right? She's not doing that because she's hungry. I fed her this morning. Right? Lovers. Interesting. I suppose someone could come visit you too. With this chariot as well, don't forget to enjoy the ride. Okay? Like, and I guess it would be about sort of like a steady pace or not going too fast. Because again, you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye fully on what's in front of you and also going slow enough where you can feel comfortable to keep on the path, even if you happen to look left or look right. You like check in with that periphery part just to make sure you didn't miss anything. Okay? And don't be afraid to stop sometimes and be like, okay, wait. I just saw something really cool over there, right? And then go see what it is. You know, maybe there's a cool, like, lookout, or maybe you know, if you do back up for any reason, what's that about? I don't think, hold on. Four of Pentacles. Well, you wouldn't want to back up with this Ten of Wands because he's almost at the end of it. What happens then is something really brand new and a reward again for putting forth energy and courage and strength into something. I would also pay attention to dense friends that you have. Not that you're judging, but like, Like, who's inspirational in your life where you're like, wow, it's so awesome, like what they've been through, or like what they've done, or what's inspiring to you. You know, maybe there's something, whatever you're doing, you want to look at the positive examples that you have in your life, or that you have had around you, right? Or is around you right now, and be like, oh, I can do that too, you know? Or how would I do that if I wanted to do that? So please believe in yourself, okay? And I would say, if you're going to drink, if you do like to drink or what have you, I would maybe have, I heard 1, 2, 3 is enough for me. You know, it wouldn't be, yeah, tower in the reverse. Again, like, evade disaster, okay? Because that'll also burn you out, you know, if in ways of health. Again, since the earth element isn't here, you also want to pay attention to the practicality of that, right? Your body and things of this nature. There's the tower again, right? We don't need to, you've already done that, because you know what, there's either the tower or the chariot. And what's awesome is you have chariot here, tower showing up in the sideline, but that's what you've already been through, right? 5 of Wands, King of Wands. Yeah, you've already done that. You good. You already dealt with that, you know, through your family or whatever. And actually, if this 10 of Wands does have to do with work, I actually see that turning into a 10 of Pentacles, which is really awesome. Look at that. Page of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. It gives you, there's something really great, and it does become very physical, like tangible. So I want you to trust yourself with that as well, right? The potential of something through your own action. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. Oh, I love you, Leo. I feel like Libra's reading will be helpful for you this month too. And in short, if you don't go over there, remember to be you, okay? Don't be anything but you. Like, believe in your talents. Believe in, yes, King of Wands, Queen of Swords. Yes, believe in your talents. Your ability, okay? You have such a leadership quality about you, right? And so if you focus on foundation and structure of things, like a little bit of the practical nature in whatever you're doing, Emperor and King of Cups, this is strong Mars energy. This is strong, the Scorpio Aries. This is actually both hardcore, these are bosses. They're like, they handle it, you know, but to be a boss and to be a leader, you have to have boundaries, right? Can't always be 3 of Cups, you know. You got to have some kind of awareness of how do I explain that? Well, I guess that's not letting other people manipulate you either. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have your own set of rules there. Interesting, Leo. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to connect to your energy. Really think about your goals, your desires, your dreams. That which is about, I mean, it could be anything. Like, what do you want to create there, right? Temperance. At least figure out some things before the end of the year, so that like in this time frame, and say over the next 2 months. And I do see putting action and energy into that, right? And then also understanding where to sort of halt energy, or at least understand where your energy is going. And again, for some of you, this could be making boundaries with other people. You know, again, if you haven't done that already, that'll have to be done, or it will be done for you. Okay. So always better to take that initiative for yourself. It's powerful that way. It's empowering, right? Versus disempowering. Well, thank you again. I do hope this was of service, Leo. Again, always a pleasure. Thank you for the exchange of energy to make this happen. Thank you for being so grateful and inspiring. You know, anyone who even like, you don't have to, but like, for instance, the people that comment or, you know, again, extend a kind of appreciation, like an energetic exchange in this space and in this time, like it matters a lot. It's what helps things grow. So however you donate or give of your time or energy to the space and in this life, I thank you deeply. Take care, and great month for you, really. Really. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.